Hello students, welcome to today's lesson presentation in mathematics, a Form 1 topic on algebraic expressions, specifically on factorization by grouping. But before we look at factorization by grouping, I want us to factorize the first two expressions on the screen. The question reads, factorize these expressions. Question number 1, 3a plus 18. Now, how do we factorize 3a plus 18? 3a is the first term, 18 is the second term. What is the highest common factor between the two terms? It is 3. So we factorize 3. Then we have an expression as 3 into a plus 6. For question 2, factorize 5x plus ax. The common factor between the two terms is x. So factorize x into 5 plus a. So the final factorized format is x into 5 plus a. There are some algebraic expressions that do not have common factors for every term. For instance, 3x plus 3 plus mx plus m, as written on the screen there. Check it. 3x plus 3 plus mx plus m. So there's nothing that you can be able to factorize out for the four terms. So in such a situation, you can only be able to factorize by grouping. When you are doing the pairing, you do it in such a manner that each pair has a common factor. If they do not have a common factor, then you need to do some rearrangement of the terms. But for our case, that is for 3x plus 3 plus mx plus m. If we pair the first two terms, that's 3x plus 3, there's a common factor of 3. If we pair the last two terms, that is mx plus m, the common factor is m. So this one we just pair directly. We group 3x plus 3 and we also group mx plus m. We use brackets to group. So what is the common factor for the first pair? It is 3. So we factor out 3 and the expression becomes 3 into x plus 1. For the second pair, the common factor is m. So we factorize m out, then the expression becomes m into x plus 1. Now looking at that expression, that is 3 into x plus 1 plus m into x plus 1. There is again a common factor, which is the expression in the brackets. That is x plus 1. So we factorize it out. When we factorize it out, then the expression becomes x plus 1 in brackets into 3 plus m. That's the final factorized format for that expression. Now let us look at the worked examples. Factorize 2x plus 2y plus ax plus ay. Now, if we pair the first two terms, that is 2x plus 2y, and we also pair ax plus ay, we can be able to notice that for the first pair, it has a common factor of 2. And for the second pair, it has a common factor of a. So we factorize 2 for the first pair, and the expression becomes 2 into x plus y. Then for the second pair, we factorize a, and the expression becomes a into x plus y. Now, looking at that expressed format, we can be able to see that what is in the bracket is actually common. So we factorize it out, that is x plus y. So we factorize x plus y, then the expression becomes x plus y in brackets into 2 plus a. So we shall have factorized 2x plus 2y plus ax plus ay by grouping. Then for question 2, factorize a squared plus 3a plus ax plus 3x. Now, if we pair the first two terms, that is a squared and 3a, and also pair ax and 3x, we can be able to notice that for the first pair, a common factor is a, and for the second pair, the common factor is x. So this one we can group directly and go ahead and factorize. So for the first pair, we factorize a, then the expression becomes a into a plus 3, and for the second pair, we factorize x, and the expression becomes x into a plus 3. Now, again, looking at what is in the bracket is common, so we factorize it out, and the expression becomes a plus 3 in brackets into a plus x. For example 3, factorize ax minus bx plus am minus bm. If we pair the first two terms, that is ax minus bx, it has a common factor of x. If we pair am minus bm, the common factor is m. So this one we can group directly, then go ahead and factorize. So the common factor for the first pair is x, therefore the expression becomes x into a minus b. And for the second pair, the common factor is m, therefore the expression becomes m into a minus b. Therefore, if we factorize in that format, then the expression becomes x into a minus b plus m into a minus b. Again, we can be able to notice that what's in the bracket is common, so we factorize it out, so that the expression becomes a minus b in brackets into x plus m. For question number 4, the question is factorize ab plus b squared minus b minus, factorize ab plus b squared minus a minus b. If we pair the first two terms, it has a common factor of b. If we pair the second, the last two terms, then the common factor is 1. So for this expression, for the first pair, we factorize b, and the expression becomes b into a plus b minus 1 into a plus b. Now the sign changes, because if we open up the bracket, minus a times minus 1 times a becomes minus a, then minus 1 times plus b, it gives us minus b. Therefore, you can be able to notice that what is again in the brackets is again the same expressions. So we factorize it out, and the expression becomes a plus b in brackets into b minus 1. So that's the final factorized format for question number 4. Now let us look at the last question there, number 5. Factorize 5x plus 2y plus xy plus 10. If we attempt to pair the first two terms, we notice that it does not have a common factor. If we factorize, if we pair the last two terms, that is xy and 10, again, there is no common factor. So in such situations, you are required to do some rearrangement of the terms. Like in this case, the rearrangement will be 5x plus 10 plus 2y plus xy. It's the same expression, but we have done some rearrangement of the terms. Now, if we pair the first two terms, the common factor is 5. If we pair the last two terms, then the common factor is y. So that means we can now go ahead with that pairing. So we factorized for the first pair, and the common factor is 5, so it becomes 5 into x plus 2 plus y into 2 plus x. X plus 2 and 2 plus x is just the same expression, so we factorize it out. So we take x plus 2 into 5 plus y. Now I want you to do some rearrangement on this term again and be able to factorize. Which other way can we be able to rearrange the terms for question number 5 and factorize it apart from the way we have rearranged? Now in summary, if you have AB plus AC plus BD plus CD and you are asked to factorize, then you shall be required to pair them, to pair the first two and the last two terms in such a way that each term has a common factor. If it doesn't have a common factor, then you rearrange it. Like for our case, AB plus AC plus BD plus CD, if we pair the first two terms, it has a common factor of A. If we pair the last two terms, it has a common factor of D. Therefore, the expression becomes A into B plus C plus D into B plus C. Again, B plus C is common, so we factorize it out, and the expression becomes B plus C in brackets into A plus D. So that's what I wish that we learned today. Then there is some work for you to do in exercise 7.02. Attempt question 1, question 2, question 3. Thank you.